Excuse me. Welcome back into Coach's Corner East, 15th of December, and we're going to be getting into the Col Crawford segment of tonight's show. Before we do that, I want to remind everybody that our show is brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller at Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Galleon and Crestline, Marie Mounts at the Platinum Insurance Agency, your Progressive agent, 131 Harding Way East, Uptown Galleon, and Joe Klein and Associates at the Galleon office of First Federal Bank of Ohio. To the microphone we go with head girls basketball coach from Col Crawford High School, Kyle Fenner. And again, your girls are in the gym putting in work.
They are. We got the late shift tonight.
You get the late shift tonight, and Coach David Sheldon wanted the early shift, and that works out. When you got one gym, because the junior high is using the other, you do what you do.
Yeah, they are using the other one.
Well, absolutely. 4-3 overall, 1-2 in the Northern 10 Conference. I want to go back to a couple games since we last met that results have been kind of varied. I mean, you got one win in there and 3 defeats. So Buckeye Central, let's face it, they're
very good.
Very strong
good.
team.
Yep.
Lost to them on Friday, the 3rd of December, 69-43. And I was listening to that game because we were broadcasting that game, and the Cecil sisters just went crazy.
They had a great shooting night.
Yeah, Emily, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals, and her sister Kate, 20 points. 6 of those were 3-pointers, which ties the school record, and 4 rebounds. And your comment to the Telegraph Forum, they made shots. They're tough guard because they can put it on the floor or take it to the basket too.
And they can. They can score in all kinds of different ways. And we talk to our kids about being scorers, not being shooters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a scorer, you can shoot it, you can put it on the floor and score with a pull-up jump shot, or you can get all the way to the basket. So, I mean, both those girls are scorers. They put a lot of time into their game, and they had a great night against us.
In a rivalry game like that, because it's right up or out 6:02, and things start rolling for one team or the other, is it really hard to kind of reel it back in and not let it get out of hand?
Well, it was hard for me. Yeah, I did enjoy it. It is hard. We were over there. It's hard to go over there and play.
Right.
And, they just shot it well in the first half. I think Kate Cecil in the first 3 games had scored, a total of 12 or 14 points, and she put 14 on us in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. So, and then Emily got going, and it was a long first half. But what I was happy with was we went into the locker room and challenged our kids and told them, look, we can lay over and die and get beat by 40, or we can come back out and play hard and get better. And we did that. I think that they only outscored us in the second half by 2 points. So you got to take those things and build on those things.
Yeah, well, you cut me to the point I was going to bring up, and what I was going to ask is, what changes did you see, and what were you happy with, despite the fact that it was a 26-point deficit?
Well, I guess that. I mean, we just weren't very physical in the first half. We needed to get up and guard them a little bit more. And in the second half, we did get up. We got up and guarded them, pressured into some turnovers. We got some easy baskets. So we were happy with that. You just have to learn and go on and prepare for the next time.
Absolutely. The following Tuesday on the 7th, a little over a week ago, Bucyrus comes to town, a much improved Bucyrus team. Brian Seibert's got those girls getting after it, and you beat them by 12, 39-27. You opened the game with a 16-2 lead after the first quarter, mainly by creating turnovers. They had 6 turnovers, and you scored in transition. Then led 25-8 at half, and led the turnover battle 13-2. Things turned a little bit in the second half. You led 36-19 after 3, and then they outscored you in the fourth 8-3, but fell short. What did you see out of them that changed in the second half?
They went to a zone. They went to a 2-3 zone, and we didn't really attack it. And we had shots from the outside. We just didn't make the shots. We've kind of been used to making all year, and we just didn't make it. And I don't think we played quite as hard, but give a lot of credit to Bucyrus. They played really, really hard through the game. They're a really scrappy team, and you're right. Brian's got them playing really, really hard. Kids,
especially at that age, are I don't want to say goofy's not the right word, but they think different than we do as adults.
They do.
I think
They do. I think we were up 20-2 or something, and
you know where I'm going with that.
Mentally, yeah. I know where you're going.
And I don't want to be disrespectful, but they saw who they were playing and they got up that lead. Do you think they had a little bit of a slacking off period?
It appeared that way. I didn't think we were as intense or as motivated. We just kind of turned the ball over here and there, missed shots that we got to make. And
Right.
So, but you got to give starters credit too.
No question.
They were pressuring us into that. So.
No question. You'd made the comment to the Galleon Inquirer, we have to make more shots, as you said. I don't know what we were from the floor. We weren't very good.
Yeah, we weren't very good, especially in the second half.
And credit, like you say, to them for that zone defense
Right.
and what they did. Kaylin Reisner had a nice game, 14 points. Mallory Plezak with 6 points. And then I think probably a little bit of a surprise game to people when I was doing the phone board last Friday night and the score came across and Carey defeated you 38-28. You went over there. Their hot shooting allowed them to lead 26-9 at half. They do have some athletes over there. Did that surprise you a little bit, the way that came out? Was another tough shooting night for you?
Well, it's tough to go there. It was a physical, fast-paced game. They made shots at first, and again, we didn't make shots up there, and we got ourselves down. And again, it was kind of a replay of the Buckeye Central game. We go in the locker room and we talk. We get a little bit fired up, get a little bit mad. Went out in the second half and forced them into some turnovers and got ourselves back in the game. But we got off to I think we're down 11-0 right off the bat, and we let Addie Stewart, who we talked about, we got to get a hand in her face, make 3 threes, and we were down, and we were down 11-0, and ended up losing the game by 10.
Yeah, so that once you get behind the 8 ball a little bit, it's hard
tough.
to turn it around.
Yeah, it's tough.
When momentum's going. Take a break here before we come back and talk some more. The show is brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer, straight west of Galleon on the Net in Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion, and Sweet Baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street. And I know from being in my normal job and managing only 12 people, and you look at production on a daily basis and you think, God, what do I have to do to motivate these people? What do I need to do to get them to where I need them to be and we as an organization need them to be? And as a coaching staff with you and Brian and Kelsey and
Jeff
Dawson
Right.
in there too, I mean, you got to be at times scratching your head saying, what do we need to do to get off to a good start? Have you found out that piece of the puzzle yet, or is that still a work in progress?
Well, it's I don't know. It's a little bit work in progress when you got young kids.
Yeah.
You don't know how they're going to react. We got off to a better start last night. We went over, played a pretty good Crestview team.
Right.
It's just knowing the gameplay, knowing what you want to do, sitting down watching tape, knowing what they want to do. And we did a better job of that and getting off to a better start last night. So, I personally, I just think it's preparation, sitting down mentally, being prepared, make sure you know what's going to happen when the ball goes up in the air. We're going to have to keep working at that, keep getting better at it.
Yeah, it was a loss to the Firelands Conference team, 51-39, and I was unable to find any details on the internet today. But when you think about that, and you've looked at these game films, you've lost, unfortunately, 3 out of the last 4, and you look at the films and you think, is it an effort or is it more of an execution? I mean, I know you say preparation. Do you see the effort there and it's just not clicking?
No, I mean, the effort's there. Every once in a while we'll get lackadaisical and we kind of got to get after them to work at it. But those girls, they've worked really hard for us. It's just to me, it's just a little bit of confidence right now. We just got to play through mistakes. Keep working hard. It's going to come. Kids are fun. They'll get it figured out.
Do you sense that they're frustrated?
Oh yeah, they want to win. They want to win. They're a little bit frustrated, but they always come back. They came back today, and I'll tell you what. Last night in our game, I went back and watched the tape today, and we did some really good things. I mean, we did some really, really good things, and I guess you don't see those sometimes when you're coaching.
Yeah.
You kind of remember it, but we did some really good things, and we had it a 1-point game with 6 minutes to go. We lost Lene McKibben took a shot in the face. So there goes our best defensive player. And, kind of a little unraveled a little bit after that. But, I was happy with the effort last night. We just got to, clean a few things up. Crestview's probably going to win the Firelands Conference.
Is that right?
So, yeah. They they got a great player in Mary Leaper, and they had some guards that could shoot it. So it's just stepping stone. It's we play those teams to get ready for the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had talked that I think at our very first meeting that you were playing everybody in the Firelands except for a couple of teams.
Right.
So certainly understand that for sure. So looking at some of the statistics, because I'm an analytical, statistical kind of guy.
So am I.
That's good. I think they tell a huge story. Kaylin Reisner, second in the Northern 10 Conference, 17.3 points per game and shooting just about 49%, and fourth in the N10 in three-point percentage at 39.1. She's 9 of 23. And as a senior and a four-year player, you would kind of expect that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, we expect that. She expects that. Mm-hmm. She expects that of herself. She's a great competitor. One of the great things you get to do as a coach, you get to see all the work behind the scenes. And, Kaylin doesn't play a fall sport, and she was in the weight room all fall long with Zach Bauer, Coach Bauer, and she was lifting weights. She was running, doing the Eagle Mile, which are not fun things. And when she'd get done with that, she'd go head up to the gym and she'd get a shooting session in. So, does that surprise me? No. That's just Kaylin, and that's how she's been for 4 years. So we lean on her. We're leaning on her right now.
And as far as her, I don't want to say mental side, but you can certainly probably see the frustration and a little bit of disappointment through the way that she, either body language or things like that, but yet she pulls it all together because she, being a senior and the point guard, right?
Right.
You kind of have to lead by example,
Yeah.
right? Are you getting that out of her as expected?
Well, that's the great thing with Kaylin is that, and that's why she's a good point guard, is because she doesn't let things bother. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're never going to know how she feels. She stays kind of right in the middle of everything. She doesn't ever get too high, too low. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of got the knack for, if I make a mistake, I can just let that be, and I'm not going to worry too much about it, and I'm just going to go on.
Sure.
So she just kind of got that point guard mentality that you love.
That's fantastic. Lene McKibben, as you mentioned before, first in the Northern 10 in free throw shooting, albeit this was prior to last night's game. 7 of 8, 87.5%, and Emma Valentine 75%. 6.8. Have you been happy with the foul shooting that you've done so far?
Not. We could be a little bit better. We left some points out there. That's the thing up at Cary. We left. I think 16 free throws. We missed 16 free throws up there.
Wow.
And again, you only lose by 10. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that hurt us up there. Last night it hurt us a little bit. Last night too. I think we were, 55, 56% from behind or from the free throw line. We need to shoot about 70%.
Sure.
So yeah, we've got to get better at that.
How's the turnovers going? Are you starting to limit those a little bit and creating them?
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. We got to be better.
Yeah.
We got to be better. I think we're, 15 or 16 a game. I like them down around 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Good news is JV's 5-0.
JVs are
prior
playing
to last
well.
night, did they win last night?
Yeah, they won last night.
Good.
Our JVs are playing well.
Good.
Coach Dawson doing a great job with those girls.
A lot of freshmen there.
A lot of freshmen.
That are getting a lot of
A
valuable
lot of
time.
freshmen, 3 sophomores that are playing some good minutes. So.
Have they played a freshman game yet? Because I know you
No,
said still.
we haven't. We're still trying to set up a couple of those.
Okay, all right. You just let them play the JV and get the most experience that way.
Yeah.
Then. Very good.
Right.
Got some big games coming up. Saturday, really solid Seneca East team, 4-1 overall, 2-1 in the Northern 10 Conference. That's at your place, so that's always good. But they're a challenge, aren't they?
They are, and they lost 2 really good players in Jessica Bowerman and Alexa Six last year, who were first team all league. And but now you still got 5 seniors that are left. Mm-hmm. So they're really, really good. It's going to be a challenge for us, but we're going to go in. I tell you what, our kids will scrap and play hard, and we'll see what happens.
Next Tuesday, another rivalry game. You got the Winford Royals coming over, a team that's also starting to find its way a little bit. Last night, Alexis Stevely sets the school record for number of 3-pointers in a big win over Elgin, and they're starting to find their way. They're 4-2 overall and 2-1 in the conference. They're a formidable foe, and being a rival, you're going to have a great atmosphere, a great crowd.
Right.
Should be a fun night, won't it?
It will be.
And I know
it doesn't matter what the records are.
That's right.
It's Winford Crawford. So
and you're not looking forward to that yet with Seneca East.
No, we'll concentrate on Seneca East.
And then you'll have one more before the break, going to Mohawk, a team that we talked about with the Galleon group earlier because they just recently played them, and 6'3" post and Emily Klopp is a load for sure that you'll have to take care of. So a lot of big ones coming up, and I know that you and your staff will get the girls focused.
We will do that.
As long as you can get off to a nice start and get things rolling early.
Right.
And that's the challenge, I think, probably, as you said, with a young team, is to get that, let's be ready to go when the ball gets tipped
Right.
off and let's go.
Right.
So, very good. Well, I appreciate you coming out tonight. We've got pizzas boxed up for you to go back to girls. I know they're going to appreciate that after practice.
They asked me when I left, so.
All right, very good.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming out. I appreciate
All right,
it.
thank
and
you.
We'll talk soon.
All righty.
Take a break. We'll come back with Crestline right after this timeout.